If you're trying to be healthier, one of the first things that you need to address is your diet. And I'm not here to promote any specific diet, but I will give you some tips to have a better diet. And I've been a vegetarian, mostly vegan, my entire life. And I can attest that it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's not as difficult as some people might think. I get the question a lot, what in the world do you eat as a vegetarian, mostly vegan? And so I am going to walk you through my typical meal structure. And I have 5 kids, so we're a family of 7. And so we actually have to be even more creative than most people when it comes to eating a healthy diet. So for breakfast, we like to eat a lot of pancakes. We do eggs. That's the only dairy product that we do eat. We also eat oatmeal a lot, and potatoes. We do fried potatoes, home style skillet potatoes, that sort of thing. We do tofu, like I said, scrambled tofu. Sometimes we'll even do savory breakfast. So things like, sandwiches, or this morning we had flatbread with garbanzo bean, and that was pretty good. So that's generally our breakfast. For lunches, we do things like sandwiches. Now, we are gluten-free mostly, and so we use things like sourdough bread, or we make our own bread using einkorn, spelt flour, those sorts of things that are lower gluten content, because our kids are reactive to gluten. And most people are, they just don't know it. And some other things that we like to eat for lunches are like rice and beans. My wife's from Zimbabwe, so sometimes we get a little native with things like sadza, which is a porridge type thing. And most people don't think about it, but Mexican food is primarily vegetarian. So those are a couple things that we like to do for lunch. And then supper, we actually generally skip supper, us adults. And the kids, they need a little something. So we give them fruit, popcorn, leftovers from lunch or breakfast. So generally supper is kept light, because we found that that third meal is where a lot of people gain their weight and also don't sleep as well. So those are just some few things that we do as a vegetarian family of 7 that really have shown to help our kids be calmer, less hyperactive, and generally healthier. We don't get sick very much at all. And so I attribute most of that to our diet. But again, being vegetarian, it's a big step, and it's not necessarily for everyone. And it does take some creativity, but I can tell you that it's worth it. You're going to save a lot of money on your medical bills. You're going to feel a lot better. You're going to have a lot more energy. And if you have kids, I promise you they're going to behave a lot better when you feed them healthy, nutritious, sugar-free, gluten-free diet.